What is up? It's your boy Infrar-Ed. Welcome to the Scout Reports. Today I bring you a live reaction review of Hunter x Hunter chapter 357. I am amped. I can't wait. I've waited all day to read this and bring you guys my reaction for it. So without further ado, let's get to it. So this chapter is actually called Head, and you know, you could take that the wrong way, but it looks like they're actually giving a description about what's going on, because you know, Chrollo is using, you know, everybody in the arena around him to go against Hisoka right now, and the only way to stop them is by beheading them. So I guess we're going to get more detail about that, but enough of my theory crafting. Let's get to the action. The head of an adult male weighs approximately 7 kilograms. That makes it even heavier than the weight of your average men's professional bowling ball. Hisoka's surprise attack. By extending my bungee gum's aura from my left foot and attaching it to a second head, I was able to pull off this blind spot attack. So this goes to the end of what happened last chapter, where we see somehow Hisoka was still able to land a blow on Chrollo even though he was hit. So it looks like he had the bungee gum in one hand to distract him, and he had another bungee with a head on the other side to hit him in the back. And again, a bowling ball is not light, we know that. So if a human head is that much and it hits you, it's gonna do some type of damage to you no matter who you are. And yeah, just like I said, Chrollo's actually took a little bit of damage from that. Contract! So he used the bungee gum once again to actually evade another attack from Chrollo here. And this is a lot of action so far. I mean, I know it's supposed to be a live reaction. I'm supposed to be breaking things down and stuff for you guys, but Togashi, or whoever's drawing this for Togashi right now, he's giving us a lot of action scenes in this manga as of late, as we just see Chrollo evading, as Hisoka's pretty much using these heads as kind of like a bolo, trying to actually hit Chrollo right now. How remarkable. Even after all that, you didn't let go. So he was trying to actually get him to drop that book to take away one of his weaknesses, or to add to one of his weaknesses, because you know right now Chrollo can use that book as well as a hand, and he can use both abilities right now. As long as he has that bookmark, he doesn't even have to keep his hand on the book anymore. Hisoka successfully pulled off a counterattack. Chrollo is bloody after that attack. The crowd goes wild. The referee is dead. This is unbelievable turn of events. And this announcer needs to get out of there, because everybody's a victim right now, especially if Hisoka's bloodlust starts to kick in. It's not a good place to be. So we got some more people going towards them right now. Hisoka's actually using the head, like just like a bowling ball, and he's just sitting there just throwing it at the people that's attacking him. He is going in too, as they're just coming at mobs at him like zombies, and he's just taking them out. And he's actually doing what I thought he was going to do last week, because it seemed like he had a little bit of care for the people out there, but right now he just wants to win his matches. He's just beheading them along the way as he's attacking them. Whoa. So he was able to find Chrollo like in the middle of all these people, and he just straight up threw a direct hit at Chrollo, even though he dodged it. He got away. He disappeared into the crowd again. If I destroy every single one of these, he won't need to maintain the stamp anymore. And with this bookmark affixed to gallery fake, he'd be able to mass produce more copies. Definitely not a loop I want to get stuck in. Just 5 more of them. 4, 3, 2. So he's beheading all the ones with the markings. And this last guy, he takes off his arms and his legs with the cards. We haven't seen the cards in this battle yet. And Hisoka is going in right now. I do not want him to lose. I don't want Chrollo to lose either. I like both of the characters too much, but if this is a death match, something got to give. Let me know what you guys think about that. Who you think is going to win? As long as the stamp on this guy hasn't disappeared, that limits Chrollo's possible actions. His next move will more likely be, number 1, without dispelling the stamp, he'll give new orders out to the puppets still on standby. 2, he'll dispel the stamp and make more puppet copies with gallery fake. After that, he'll either A, use the stamp to give out new orders, or B, use his left hand from covert hands to change form. And this is where Togashi excels, where they basically call it novel X novel or novel, because this whole panel is just a detailed explanation of what Hisoka thinks Chrollo is doing, and you have to commend the intelligence of this series for that. No one really wins by ass pulls. It's all strategy involved. And forgive me, I'm probably going to get a little bit confused because this is so dialogue heavy. So if you can interpret it better than I can, by all means, please do. Option 1 is definitely a possibility. After all, the damage I've taken so far is still only superficial. If he goes with number 1, according to my explanations, there should be around 50 or more puppet copies left. In order to secure a certain victory, it's highly likely that Chrollo will continue to the same plan of attack, chipping away at my stamina and aura. But option 2 is even more probable. He has more soldiers. The more soldiers he has, the better. And going with B, after transforming, he can blend back into the crowd, steal someone's clothes, and complete his disguise. That's by far the best option. I think it is too, because that way he can keep going in and making the copies. And, you know, as long as he stays hidden, Hisoka wouldn't be able to find him, and he can keep attacking. The order stamp on his forehead just vanished, so he's going with option 2. Since he still has his bookmark on Gallery Fake, Chrollo will be able to activate it without needing the book in his hands to stay hidden. But he's likely to cause a scene if he's spotted in the audience looking the way he does right now, creating tons of copies, so he risks finding them. But what if he goes with option B and chooses covert hands the moment he's done making the copies? Finding Chrollo in a crowd after he's turned into someone else would be extremely difficult. Before that happens, I've got to find him. Where are you? If he wants to stay on the move while he's making these copies, then he'd be where the previous copy puppets were waiting on standby. So he's looking into the crowd, and he finds Chrollo in the middle of the crowd so that he can create new puppets while he's moving and put stamps on a previous copy. So wait a minute. It seems like he's using both of his abilities right now effectively at the same time. Like he said, he's making copies of the people that he's running by. So he's going into the crowd, making even more copies, making more trouble for Hisoka. But he's also putting the stamps on them. And if I remember correctly, those stamps equal sun and moon that can cause an explosion if they're not beheaded. So he's turning this whole arena into a bomb. But he was able to isolate where Chrollo is right now. And he is actually chasing him. And he's just throwing heads at Chrollo right now like a bowling ball as he's moving out the way. And the crowd, you know, everybody's trying to still get out at the same time. But this is only helping Chrollo because the more they scatter, the more he's able to get into it. But what if? What if inside his clothes Chrollo has a book open, not to the page with order stamp on it, nor to the page with covert hands, but to the page with black voice? That means he's holding a cell phone and antenna in his left hand that he is hidden. I can't go charging in carelessly, but if my assumption is right, then now Chrollo will be fully on the defensive, as he probably wants to avoid fighting under these circumstances. Does that mean my counterattack? Threw a monkey wrench into his plans? In that case, I don't need to hold back at all. Yes, that's it. That way. Bungee gum contractor. Floor gum releaser. Wow, Chrollo's even shocked by this. And we get the little chibi animation that they usually do on Hunter x Hunter, and they show people saying, "Run away!" Hold it, bub. No way, Jose. This is funny. But let me get to the explanation. By attaching one end of my bungee gum to the backs of the fleeing crowds on the floor, the crowd builds up potential energy. So the people running, he has the bungee gum on the people running away, and he also has the bungee gum bind to the floor. That's kind of building inertia in a way that's making his bungee gum stronger so he can isolate Chrollo. And he's using the gum to zip everybody back to kind of smash him in and corner him. So now all of the people has been smacked into Chrollo, like almost like a rubber band, and he's just sticking out in the middle. And Hisoka throws a bowling ball ahead at Chrollo once again, even though he keeps dodging. I gotta give Chrollo props. I mean, this is not gonna be an easy fight by any means. Everything that Hisoka's trying to do, Chrollo's still evading. What's this? He's missed. Hisoka has let the perfect chance slip through his fingers? Not at all. I'm just getting the trash out the way. When I sent the crowd flying at you, I had already attached this. So he has a piece of the bungee on Chrollo's legs that he put on him while the crowd was there. No way. It's impossible. When did he pull this off? Contractor! So he used Contract to pull Chrollo back and straight up just gives him a right direct gut hit with the head right in the chest that blows Chrollo away right now. He's on the ground. He takes him up in the air and he slams him down again with the bungee gum. Let's go, Hisoka. Let's go. Chrollo is wrecked right now, but this seems a little bit too easy. Yep, even Hisoka points this out. It's not him. It was actually a copy. He used the right hand of Curved Hands to create Chrollo copy and was controlling it. So when he had the bookmark affixed on Curved Hands, on top of that, he's using it together with Black Voice. Wait a minute, is he using 4 abilities? But then what's this? Sun and Moon. He misled me. What? Remember, Chrollo said he was going to use 4 abilities at once. Right now, he's using Black Foam, Copy Fake, Sun and Moon. He's using 4 abilities against Hisoka right now. What the hell? Hisoka is shocked right now. He really is backed in the corner. What makes it truly troublesome is not the fact that once affixed, the seals won't ever disappear until they explode, but that the copies that have been marked with the seals won't disappear. Layer upon layer. That's the end of the chapter. Wow, that was a lot to take in. I mean, I probably would have had to read this again. I probably would have to read this again and give you guys a better explanation. But it looks like, just like Chrollo predicted, he was going to use 4 abilities at the same time, which he's doing right now. And he's using the copies, and he has Sun and Moon out, so he's going to be able to make the copies explode. Either way, Hisoka's in a jam right now. I can't wait for next episode. Look at that. This is how combobulated it got me. I can't wait to next chapter, so be here next week as I bring a manga review for it. I don't want to jinx it, but hopefully Togashi won't go on hiatus in the middle of this fight, as everything will continue. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you can explain this battle better than me, please let me know. I really appreciate it, because I'm open to learning a little bit more about how this works, because I admit I'm a little bit confused. I just know that Hisoka's on the ropes and Chrollo's performing just as we thought he would as a beast. And I really can't decide who I want to win this battle. I'm just too excited to see it. And it's just like a dream to actually see this. This is one of those fights, like, once you heard about it happening in the manga, you thought they were just going to gloss over it. They'll never get to it. To actually see this battle before our eyes is a feat in itself. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here. If you guys like the video, go ahead and drop it a like. And if you want to hear more from me, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, as I bring you guys content every day right now. As far as today, be sure to check out my anime review of Cabaneri the Iron Fortress. And I also have a manga review of One Piece 826 up for you as well. Check those out. Let me know what you think. Be sure to join me tomorrow as I review JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4, Diamond is Unbreakable, as the hype week starts all over again. So on that note, you guys could be anywhere on YouTube right now, but you chose to listen to me, and I really appreciate that. So thank you very much. I'm going to go ahead and end it here. It's your boy Infrar-Ed signing out. See you soon.